Okay, right, we've got three different types of state. We've got the central state, or a federal state, or a regional state. A central state is when you have one state and all the power is concentrated in in the organs of the state. So maybe you've got a parliament, and that parliament makes the law and applies the law for all the territory. There's no other bodies or organs which can make laws differently. Maybe there are bodies and organs that must only apply that law made in the central organ. Okay. Now, alternatively, you can have a federal state. And a federal state is when you've got many states, or more than one state, within an umbrella state. So you've got the unitary state, and that will be a state which thinks of all the interests in the territory. And then you have lots of smaller states, and each state can make their laws a bit differently from the others. So you would have a central legal system which would be applied to all the territory, but also lots of smaller judicial systems in each state. In America it's like this. So Florida is a state and Texas is a state, and maybe they have very different laws in these states, and a very different system in these states, different constitutions. Maybe Texas has got the death penalty and maybe Florida hasn't got the death penalty. Or maybe marijuana is legal in one state and not in another, etc. So we can see that you can be a bit different. And this is a bit more democratic, isn't it? Because the people in Texas may be very different culturally than those in Florida. And they want to express that difference, express their will. As we know, democracy is the will of the people. And so to express that will is very democratic. And if we're in a unitary state without any states within the state, it's less democratic. We know that that unitary state can express the will for all the people, but not for different parts in a different way. So we know in Italy, the north is very different culturally from the south. So it will want to express its will in a slightly different way. But anyway, we've got, America is a federal state, so is Germany, so is the emerging Europe. We can see Europe is an emerging United States of Europe, and we can see a federal system. Each nation has a very different judicial system and expresses, its difference, its diversity in that judicial system. But it must respect the European law, which reflects the values of all Europe, not just of each state, but all Europe. But each state has slightly different way of looking at things, and that can be expressed. Another type of state, the third and last type of state, is a regional state, and we can see that in Italy. In Italy, we know from the Constitution, in Article 5, that all the regions are autonomous. It says La Repubblica è una indivisibile, but the regions are autonomous, and they have their assembly, they have their organ to make a law, which can be a bit different from other regions. but they have certain competencies that they can make laws on, and some things they can't make laws on, and only the state, the parliament, the national parliament can make laws on those. Or they have shared competencies where they can make laws on maybe the schools, and so does the parliament, but the parliament always prevails if they have a law. It can't be in contrast with regional law. So, but there are regional competencies that they can make laws on. So, that's a regional state, so it's not so different. The areas, the regions aren't so different because they don't have a completely separate judicial system, or have less separate judicial system, shall we say, because the federal system isn't completely separate, but there is a lot of autonomy. There's a lot of devolution of power, which means the power isn't just concentrated in the centre. Many decisions are made on a regional level, how to organise the regional territory.